Antivirus computer software king John McAfee is a person of interest in regards to the murder of his neighbor, Greg Faull. The shooting apparently took place late Saturday night in Faull's home, just north of San Pedro Town, on the island of Ambergris Caye in Northern Belize, Central America. The shooting took place in this house, just up the beach from the McAfee compound, where allegedly John McAfee has had disputes with his neighbor. 52-year-old Faull was found dead with a gunshot wound to the back of his head. In the past, Faull had complained to the town council about McAfee's dogs. 4 dogs belonging to McAfee were fatally poisoned on Friday. Just as we returned from the site of the murder, McAfee returned a call to San Pedro Sun editor Tamara Sniffin, telling her he feared for his life.
So, how did you know that something was going on Sunday? I mean, did you find out about Greg being shot, or how did you know that? Okay. You saw them coming on Sunday. Yes, it was on Sunday. Right. And so that's when you hid from that.
McAfee's dispute with the Belize Police Department began in May, when his compound in Orange Walk on the mainland of Belize was raided by the Gang Suppression Unit, the Belize Defense Force, and police. They were acting on allegations that McAfee was illegally producing antibiotics in a laboratory. Although no drugs were found, several guns were confiscated. Shortly after the incident, McAfee was interviewed by the San Pedro Sun.
Now, they looked at the lab and tried to say, this is an antibiotic research lab. Well, it isn't. It's an antiseptic. One of the things, if you read the mandala, it says that this label clearly states this is an antibiotic. There's no word antibiotic anywhere on here. It says antiseptic. And if it were an antibiotic lab, it would have to be licensed according to the antibiotic regulations here in this country. Antibiotics are drugs taken internally. Antiseptics are things applied externally, like soap is an antiseptic. Alcohol, iodine, peroxide, a radical difference. And yet the police are saying, well, it doesn't matter, an antiseptic and an antibiotic are the same thing.
McAfee claims Belize police and government authorities now have a vendetta against him to the point that he fears for his life.
Please feel free to call me, okay? All right, thank you, John. Take care. Bye.
What do you have to say?
He is upset about the fact that they have not, ever since they stormed his compound in Orange Walk, that they are still looking for reasons to charge him with anything that they possibly can, and that this has just been another opportunity for them to go after him without any evidence whatsoever. He said he is not going to be detained like he was when he was held in Orange Walk, where he was in handcuffs for 14 hours and his place raided and his dog shot and all that. And he will not talk to the police because he knows it will not end there. He's concerned that they have their own agenda to settle with him, and until the real murderer has been found, he will be sharing his story globally and hoping to get it out there so that people and hopefully the government will take their focus off of him and find the right person who is responsible for this, and that Belize is his home.
You asked him if he knew anything about the shooting.
Yeah, he said he has no idea. He said he barely knew Greg. He said he's maybe spoken 50 words to him in the few years that he's lived there, and he did not hear a gunshot. He had no idea that the shooting had taken place when it did. He just said that when he saw GSU coming in, that he hid, and once they were gone, he left.
Did he say anything about all the other news that's on? So he's trying to get the word out globally. Is that him then that's obviously doing it?
Yes, and he confirmed that he's been talking to Jeff, I think it's Jeff Wise, and Josh with Wired.
Wired?
Yeah, Wired, I believe it is. He has been talking with them and then corresponding with them, and he said that he wants the world to know what is going on here in Belize as far as he's concerned, and how he portrays the injustices with our criminal system and our government.
Why is he not going to the U.S. Embassy like you suggested?
He was afraid that that they would detain him as well, because apparently, the U.S. and Belize do cooperate with each other, and he said he didn't want to get stuck at the U.S. Embassy for the next 6 years. Not quite sure what that meant.
How did he sound?
He sounded fine. He's kind of, high energied, but he's very upset, and he is determined to get his story out. And that's why he's going via internet and talking to me. He said, I sure hope that you print what I told you. And it's pretty straightforward. I mean, as far as he is concerned, he has been unjustly treated, and that as far as he knows, there's other people that have been unjustly treated, and that there is a system. We have a system that is broken that needs fixed. And he's not going anywhere. He's staying here, that this is his home, and he's determined to change it, to get his story out.
Wow. Well, that's great that he called you back.
Yes, it was great, and he didn't want to talk too long because he's on the move. But he said he would be in touch with me if he had anything else.
For the San Pedro Sun, Ron Sniffin reporting.